boy. Just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. Did you miss us?
You better, little bitch.
That's not how we should welcome him back.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Well, little bitches, we are back. And it's good to be back. Our bad about last week. Life got real. But, of course, you have to take those times to deal with those life situations.
Boy.
And normally we go over the week, but considering our week, that's not about to happen. So we're going to take this time to welcome back a very special person. Somebody that was here with Beat from the Roots. Haven't heard this voice in a while. Look forward to bringing this voice back. So let's celebrate and welcome our special guest, Lex Love of Like Water for Chocolate.
Cheers. We need some more cheers and some clapping. And
I'm gonna add something this time because I got a little more time to edit this one. So I'm gonna add something this time.
What's that? All the noise and all the...
Exactly. We're gonna add noise to the noise.
There you go.
We need a button though. You're right because that
That's
actually
what
will
I'm
make it a little better.
need a button.
Either way, welcome back, Lex.
Hi, guys.
This would technically be your welcome back experience to
Yeah.
listeners since you already recorded the newest episode of Like Water for Chocolate.
We did, yeah. It was great.
First of all, what's been up?
What's been up? Baby. That's
Yes.
what's up.
Congratulations,
Thank
of course.
you. Yeah, she was born on July 20th. And she's beautiful, bouncy baby girl, Azalea.
Allegedly. Now, people, I've been saying this.
Okay.
I've been saying this for a while because she keeps talking about this child, and we ain't seen it.
I have her locked away. No, you will meet her very, very soon.
It's like Bat Boy. It was.
Bat boy.
Remember he used to talk about in the National Enquirer, Bat Boy?
Oh, that's right.
That's back in the day. That was for the night.
Bat Boy.
The young ones ain't gonna know about that one. All right, so again, congratulations.
Thank you.
We gave you a big shout out back in July. I'm pretty sure people don't remember.
He's like, what? Yeah.
We did. We gave you a shout out,
guys.
God damn it.
Yes.
So now with Like Water for Chocolate coming back, what can we expect this go around?
This go round, we have our 10 episodes that are coming out this next season. So I guess technically season 2, right?
Right.
And we have a lot of cool guests coming on. So look out for those. We'll put those out at a later date. And yeah, we're just excited. We have all of our stuff, all our topics coming, and it's gonna be great. A lot of stuff for the women, of course.
Naturally.
Yes.
Men are still going to be listening because we need their
Right.
tips.
They love it. The men love it. But yeah, we
But it's a secret.
It's
We don't tell nobody. We listen by ourselves.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, so whatever
listen.
gems we can... No, I'm saying whatever gems we can steal,
That's
we
true.
do it on the sneak.
I'm going to give me an extra hot pink Like Water for Chocolate shirt.
There you go.
Walking around looking like a big-ass bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
I like it.
I will record that if you do that. We
Please.
can
Good
go
deal.
walk the strip with,
Right.
with that shirt
We
on.
need to bring back our challenges, and that's going to be one of them.
All right. That's... yeah.
ratings,
That's something that can be done.
Views.
Yeah, that can be
guys.
done.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah.
One more question. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I think I texted to y'all. So, we got the ear hustlers. I know Jay, he has his Cinefolks. You got the pillow talkers.
I know where this is going.
So what we calling the chocolatiers?
Chocolatiers.
What are we doing with the
I
guests?
actually really liked that. I never even really thought about it, but that was really cute. I don't know. That might work.
We need to have a poll.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put the poll up for sure.
My money's for chocolatiers. Oh man, other than that, let's go ahead and get into this conversation.
Let's do it.
Now we got Lex Love back. Get
Yeah.
to reintroduce the people, get them psyched for Like Water for Chocolate, the return.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's a good place to start at, Kev? You can go ahead and take it.
Now I don't know where to start.
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah, very interesting week. Do we start out somber and graduate?
Yeah, I was
Or-
thinking the same thing. Get the
No.
somber out the way.
We're gonna let Lex do it then.
Oh, well, all right.
You guys are just gonna throw me into the
Yeah,
spot?
yeah.
Oh,
You a vet at this point.
no.
You're a vet. You got it.
This one was very controversial. They have their different theories. Of course, it's been flying all over social media. Everybody feels like they know what's happening. They released surveillance footage, right? What hotel was this?
No clue.
Right. I don't think the hotel even has put
Right,
out
we
there.
not
when
even
it-
we
put
not putting
anything
all
out
that
yet?
out.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
That's
I don't
kinda
remember
crazy to
seeing
me.
anything.
Like
about
we
it.
always say, Google is GOAT. So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and look this up right now.
I know it's in Chicago.
Chicago. It's been a few days. I want to say it's called the Roosevelt or the Rosemont. It's something with the R.
Yeah, the Rosemont.
Okay, so the
Rosemont,
Rosemont, the 19-year-old girl in a hotel party, right? Drinking, coming out. They have the footage of her stumbling through the hallways and then stumbling through what looked like a kitchen, an empty kitchen that's been cleaned up. And that's all we see. They say they found her at, what was it, like 3 a.m. in the freezer by some workers. After that, that's all I know.
After that, it's
I think
nothing but
that's what everybody knows.
speculation after that. Basically.
That's right.
You know, with this one, again, we say rest in peace and our condolences to the family. It had to be a big hit, especially considering how she passed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, she had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
But when I heard about this one, I instantly thought of, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but it's like it's not necessarily an urban legend because it actually happened. But there was this Asian woman at a hotel and she was acting super strange and they got her on surveillance camera. Like she's like ducking away from something inside of an elevator that just wouldn't close. They ended up finding her in the sewage tank or the water tank of the hotel.
Okay.
Now with that one, because I know that one, and since I'm up reading late at night, that one the theory is, and this is a paranormal theory, that she was playing the elevator game. And it's this game you do, and there's actual instructions you have to follow in this particular game. And
Why is that a fucking game, though?
I don't know.
That's right.
White people.
Yep. Nope, she was Asian.
Okay, but that doesn't mean she didn't learn from white people. I don't know why they're playing it, but it supposedly was a game, and if you go by the paranormal aspect of it, she ended up in that sewage place, either running and hiding or was put there by some unforeseen force.
Well, they even said with that one, she couldn't open that without assistance. That's why I said this reminds me a lot of it because hotels like that, I've worked at many hotels around the country, but hotels like that, those freezers, you got to have some like legit strength to get those freezers open. So to be drunk and do that,
Yeah.
And then, no offense, women aren't the strongest drunks.
This is
very true. Very true.
You know what I mean?
not
I
even
will vouch for
sexist.
that. I will vouch for that. Yeah.
So like you said, it's very fishy because it's like, okay, if she did get it open, it's no way she's closing it.
Right.
And then, now I don't know what time this party started, but if they found her at 3, I would think that, let's say the party started at 9. And I don't know how long she was at the party. Let's say she disappeared at 11.
Yeah.
From 11 to 3, somebody got to be like, yo, where is so-and-so at?
Yeah.
You know what? And I thought about that as well. The only reason I started to, go against it is because 19 hotel party, first thought, she's getting some dick. Let's just be honest. That's going to be the first thought. If anybody disappeared, that's the first thought.
Right, you're right. But also think about it, too. When you were 19, you wasn't disappearing 4 hours to go get no... I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah.
I became a Sigma at 19.
Let's just say it seems like a long time for them to go without any
But
type
wouldn't
of...
that have meant that they seen her leave with
Actually
someone?
leave.
Right.
I don't know. That just doesn't make
You ain't never got to come get this text?
Okay. I guess you're right.
I'm about to say, well, let's all
I'm-
not
I'm
act brand new around.
But I'm guessing at 19, everybody that's gonna stray away at some point are at the party drinking
right.
or smoking, whatever they're doing. So who was she there with? She was there with a couple girlfriends, right?
It was like 3. I think they came. No, it was like 4 of them in
Yeah,
that surveillance
she
video
was,
initially.
it was a few of them. She
Yeah.
definitely wasn't... She didn't arrive by herself.
Right.
Okay.
So it's just weird. Like, even when you watch some of the footage, it's like... Now, I've seen people stumbling.
Yes.
We live in Vegas. I've stumbled. Hell, I woke up with a sprained ankle one morning. So it's happened.
I woke up on a car.
Okay.
So
Until you do that, you ain't stumbling.
the video just seems like the stumble was kind of forced.
It did seem very forced.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
it was just a lot. Now again, I don't want to be insensitive or anything like that, but it's a lot of fishy components with this particular situation.
It does look fishy. Only reason with this situation is I know the video came out of the day I woke up on the car of me stumbling back to my hotel room. I would look like that. I'm just going to be completely honest. I was all over the place. I think I even tried to get into somebody's room and I was like,
man.
this isn't it. let me move before they see this big nigga outside their door, and then that's raps. If she was that drunk, that means she left the room that drunk. So someone should have been with her.
Right.
I can also see how someone can stumble that much and maneuver their way through the hotel like that.
Yeah, I can understand that, but then you have to think of as well, like, is she just aimlessly just walking and nobody seeing her in this hotel? Mind you, if I'm pretty sure the people that rented out this hotel, the teenagers that rented out this hotel, only planned on being there that day. So that would let me to believe that there is hotel staff working in this
That seemed like a
environment.
real chill day at the hotel. That's
Yeah.
true.
It did, especially when she hit that kitchen or whatever it was. Completely.
Yeah, it was just a lot of weird stuff within it.
But even with her, like Lex just said, with her hitting the kitchen, you probably have to go by some kind of populated area to hit the kitchen like that,
Right?
Because unless they had one of them elevators that go like directly to the basement or something like that. I don't know. The story didn't really give out much, honestly.
It didn't. I mean, they released the footage, and I guess maybe it took some heat off of her friends.
Right.
But
Everybody was calling them some murderers.
Yeah.
Right.
But overall, it's just like a big question mark.
Right.
I want to know the layout of the hotel. Like, did she get on elevators? Did she get on escalators? How many floors did she go up and down? Like, I don't know.
Of all places, how do you end up in the kitchen?
Yeah.
And then the freezer at that. It could have been that dick text that meet me in the kitchen. Could have been something. Like, it could have legitimately been something for real.
Because I would assume she'd be on her way out, right? The front door, like out the.
Right, and then on top of that, when you left a party drunk, how many people noticed you leave this party? Nobody noticed you left.
Didn't they have her keys in her phone?
So if you got somebody keys in their phone and you don't see them around, you're gonna be like, all right, where is so and so at?
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the footage of people from this party branching out looking for this girl?
Yeah.
It's just really weird to me.
It introduces a lot of questions. One thing that was annoying about this entire situation, though, and this honestly annoys me about social media in general, everyone turned into Expect a Gadget.
Everyone.
Did you see all the videos of people putting pieces together?
Oh, yeah.
Look, that little girl wasn't there before. You turn around, she there, and she got a goat. Where the goat come from? Like, it's all kind of random shit attached to it. Like, bro, just let other people handle it. Let people actually do this, handle it.
I agree with you. One thing I was telling you earlier, the only thing I do like about it is I want everybody to get into the habit of questioning when stuff like this goes on.
Right.
Whether it be something like this situation or whether it be a cop killing a black person. And like get into the habit of questioning it so they won't be able to pull nothing over us no more.
Right. It just got annoying.
Yeah, after a while it gets annoying.
And the only reason, one of the main reasons it got annoying was the first video that came out. And they were talking about, you could hear her saying, help me. And then right at that moment, the music gets turned up. That's a song. And that's how the song starts, but whatever. But yeah, it was all this, extra that was put on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then it really got annoying when Cass was dropping verses. Like, people were spitting songs about Kanika Jenkins. I'm like,
Really?
you're not doing this.
See
I
that.
didn't see that either.
Promise you, I will show y'all after this or whatever the case is, or just look it up on Facebook.
Okay.
There are multiple of the little side-by-side videos that everybody been doing lately.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, rest in peace, Kanika, and then it's cats in their car spitting verses, giving 16 bars about Kanika. I'm like, y'all are using this shit now. Y'all don't care about her. Stop
What are
it.
they saying?
Just, the usual rest in peace. You too young. We gonna solve, we're gonna figure out what happened.
Okay.
But I'm just like, how y'all gonna take advantage of this situation
With
now
a
that it's
verse.
viral,
Right.
to try to benefit yourself? Because
Right.
you talking about this is a verse for her, but at the end of your caption, follow so and so.
Check out my SoundCloud.
Exactly. Check out my SoundCloud. It's an unpaid subscription, so it's only 6 songs on it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's wild.
The mom put out a statement, no?
Yes, she did actually.
I didn't get into too much of it, but I know that she did.
The mother definitely spoke out about it. And if anybody can find that, go ahead and just put that in the comments if you
Yeah.
will.
There you go.
Rest in peace to Kanika.
Yeah.
And this is why it's low key important to make sure the people that you came with
Yes.
know when they leaving.
Yeah.
Know when they leaving, know where they going the whole nine. Because
And usually, especially women are good for like, nah, she drunk, she ain't going with you, dude.
This is true.
yeah,
Women are
especially
really good
black
for that.
women. She could be sober and she drunk. She ain't going with you.
That's true.
I really don't understand that. Like, her leaving alone is fishy.
Yeah, that part, if anything, that part is definitely fishy. If all this is an accident, her leaving alone is fishy.
I guess, I'm assuming the police have spoken to all the kids that were there, so hopefully.
Wasn't it
all
one
that
of the
stuff
friends
comes
that
out.
was like about to commit suicide on Facebook Live, and the cops came in right when
I don't know if that was a real.
obviously
it was a real video, but I don't think that was a connected video.
Okay,
Not sure because I did see that.
Yeah, I see. No, but I seen that connected with it. They're saying that this was this girl's friend. She was so distraught over what happened, and so I don't know. But I did say that. Yeah.
It'll all come to light eventually. Obviously, we have just as much information as everybody else. Right. So, y'all listening to us for our opinion at this point.
Exactly. Speculating.
Exactly. Speculating. We're just joining the conversation.
That's right.
So, Kev, you hit me up about this the other day. This is a horrible transition, by the way. But after seeing Carmelo's 64 rating.
Wait, no, he was 64, 64th, and Lonzo Ball was 63. So they ranked somebody that hasn't played an NBA game before an NBA vet.
So this was a current NBA status, or
no? This is like a best to worst player type of thing, if you will.
Okay.
And I'm assuming they were doing top 100 players and putting them in order, if you will. Had Lonzo Ball 63 and Melo 64, and I just want to know what other 63 players are better than Melo. I mean, I can give
apparently Lonzo Ball.
right. I'm not saying that I'm not saying Melo is the best player in the league. What I'm saying is, if you go down the list, there aren't many that Melo is top 15 to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's been top 15 since he's been in New York?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, if you look at it, Melo doesn't really have much help.
Very true.
I mean,
very true.
KP is his newest addition. This will be his second, third year with him. So it's not like he had tremendous help. His best chance was when he first got to New York.
Right.
And I think they had Mike D'Antoni at the time.
Yeah. Did they already give up JR and Ema around that time?
No.
They were still there too?
Yeah.
Oh, he had a nice little squad with him.
Yeah, that was his best chance. Outside of that, he'd been stuck. But I mean, people were really just like, how do you rank somebody that hasn't played an NBA game
right
above somebody that's been in there 14 years?
And I know I saw your favorite player, Draymond Green. He put out something saying that like last year he was like number 5 or like the year before that or something like that.
Draymond ain't been number 5 since he got to
not Draymond. He was talking about Carmelo.
Oh.
He was like pretty high on the list
for a while. Yeah,
like not too long ago.
For a while, you can say, especially his Denver days, you can put Melo in the top 5. I think with just lack of winning, people want to blame it on him. But then you also have to look at Melo. Melo hasn't been the healthiest.
Yeah, and that's New York fans in general. Yeah. Like y'all talk about LA fans, you go to the Knicks, you lose one game, they gonna have you.
You're right.
It's automatically your fault.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You lose, and they don't think that you should be on their team anymore. And then on top of that, Melo had that debacle of Phil Jackson last season, which didn't help, and he got injured, which didn't help. So I thought that was very interesting. I mean, ESPN's been doing some interesting things, though.
Oh, ESPN has been killing it this last week.
They've been doing some interesting things. This Melo situation, the Jamel Hill situation. They've been doing some interesting things that I don't really... I think eventually, as technology grows, somebody's going to realize they can do their own sports thing and kind of push I don't want to say push them out because they're always going to be around, but people won't look to them as their first people for information. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you want to know something sport related, you're watching ESPN. Yeah. Eventually, people will be going to the Bleacher Reports or whatever upcoming independent company is what I'm saying.
Well, unfortunately, people are already starting to kind of sway towards Fox Sports 1 only because of Undisputed.
Right, that's true.
And, a lot of times it only takes that one hit show for people to be like, okay, let me go see what they're talking about. But then you got to deal with Uncle Ruckuses like Jason Whitlock and the coon shit he be doing. But
what's that shit that I didn't even click the video or anything? I just seen him, and it was a white dude with a cat.
No, it was not a white dude.
That wasn't a white dude?
You want to know who that was?
Who?
That was Kid from Kid and Play.
Really?
Yes, that was Christopher Reed, bro.
He looked like a white dude.
He definitely looked like a white dude.
Thing.
I always used to say that Kid now looks like a Jewish white lady, an old Jewish white lady.
Stop it.
He don't? He don't. Tell me he don't. He looks like an old Jewish white lady.
I didn't watch that video. What was that video about?
Well, I didn't see the video. Well, Lex, you were about to say something. Go ahead.
He was pretending to be Colin Kaepernick, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what he was doing.
And I don't know if it was actually a video. It was because I tried looking for it afterwards. And it may be a video now. I haven't gone back to look into it.
Was it just a photo?
It was a picture that he tweeted out saying, "Thanks Cap for stopping in," and that's when you saw Kid dressed as Colin Kaepernick.
I'm assuming there's a video attached to that. It gotta be.
That's what I'm saying.
It gotta be. Either way, like you said, that dude does a lot of coon shit.
Right.
Which makes you think, what possesses these people to do coon shit?
I don't know.
Like money. You don't tell me that ain't a Jewish white woman?
But what made him do that in the first place?
The check. You know he's a stand-up comedian
now. How much could he
now.
have gotten for
Really?
that?
Yes. That should tell you everything you need to know.
He's a stand-up
He's
comedian?
a stand-up comedian now.
That's funny in itself.
That alone is the true joke.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah, what is possessing these people to do this coon shit?
I don't understand how can you be and I know this is technically us going backwards considering with the situation that happened, but I don't understand as a black man, as a black woman, just being black, like how can you see all the shit that's going on, see what people are standing up for, see the lives being lost, just as to why everybody's standing up to, go against what's going on.
Yeah.
And still feel as if there's an excuse for it all.
Yeah, that part is a mystery to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember me and Kingpin would have this conversation all the time. Like, you're that guy, you're the token until it's time for you to be a nigga, and they will remind you are a nigga.
Yeah,
straight up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Especially when you work at Fox, man. Stop that.
And being that we see this happening with our sports anchors or even reporters, this is why I don't like their show. I don't like the show, but I rock with Jamel on this one.
Oh, yeah, the Jamel Hill issue.
Yeah, she came out, said the obvious, the truth, and ESPN is like not backing her at all.
Right.
So it's like, how do you not back somebody that called out a white supremacist?
What kills me the most about the situation, and of course, as Kev said, she tweeted out a bunch of tweets towards Donald Trump saying he was a white supremacist and he supported white supremacy, and it was a bunch of stuff. But everything
on her
she
personal
said,
Twitter, by the way,
on her personal Twitter, at that no one mans but her.
Yeah.
And if you want to read more about it, go ahead and go to beatnetworkonline.com. We do got an article on there about it.
There you go.
But she sent out these tweets, and ESPN decided to step up and say that her views don't reflect the company, and we've spoken to her. She realized what she's done wrong. With that, this is my Twitter.
Yeah.
Right, with post what the fuck I want to on it.
Right.
You're right. None of what I say reflect ESPN or what kind of business you're doing. It reflects me as a person and as an individual. The fact that they had to step in and almost like try to wipe her nose from the situation as if she did something that brought a negative look onto ESPN, like that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, it makes
like
no
they
sense.
immediately threw her to the wolves, and there was a rumor saying they tried to replace her.
Yeah, I seen it. I guess they tried to replace her. Like this was long ago, but everybody that they interviewed or talked to about filling in her spot turned it down because they realized that they were trying to replace her.
But you see, they were trying to replace her with another black person.
Yeah, so it was like they just didn't like her.
Right.
You know what I mean? What I even think is funny about that situation is how are you the president? And you do in your press conference, you mention how you want her fired. Mm-hmm. Like, why is ESPN getting that much attention from you?
Right.
And not only did you say it the first time, but you doubled down and said it again. Like, yeah, we think she should be fired. So you think she should be fired for calling out you for being a white supremacist,
right?
But you don't think that you should say anything against white supremacy?
Mm.
Like, where do we draw the line between you having your personal Twitter and like quote unquote like representing ESPN?
Right.
Like, I guess they're trying to say that ESPN owns everybody, basically.
Ultimately.
Like, you have to adhere to our standards
right.
and don't talk shit about the president. I mean, look at the shit that he writes on Twitter.
Exactly. We can really go through
like,
it.
Really?
Yeah, we can go through it.
Yeah, we can talk about the shit he wrote when he wasn't the president.
Right.
Talking about the president.
When
he called Obama a racist.
Nobody pushing to get him fired.
Right.
Dude, the main thing that sticks out to me about Trump has always been the Central Park Five. When he spoke out about it, he said they shouldn't get any time in court. They shouldn't get any time in jail. We should just kill them. Straight up.
Yeah.
When DNA evidence dismissed these dudes from raping this woman, he said, well, they should still be killed because I'm pretty sure they did something.
Yeah.
So even though they came out and said these people didn't do anything
with DNA evidence,
they should still be killed.
They were like, none of the DNA on her belonged to any of them, but they all did at least 10 years in jail.
That's crazy.
One of them did like 25.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
How do you? I don't even think you can recover from that.
No.
You can't. And then when they let you out, they just saying, well, our bad, first of all.
Right. And then on top of that, regardless, even though it can come out that you didn't do whatever crime, to everybody else, you did that crime.
No matter what, yeah.
Especially a crime like rape.
Yeah, you're guilty until proven guilty, no matter what.
And even if you're innocent, you're still guilty.
Still guilty, exactly. All that means is the justice system fucked up.
Exactly. So I don't know I know Trump's issue is his ego, but where do we say that, okay, we got to get this man in office because he about to fuck us up? If he takes something like ESPN to heart that much, all it takes is for North Korea to say something. The next thing you know, y'all in the draft. I can't go. I got a bad back.
Do you think ESPN was feeling pressure from the White House to get her out?
I think they were feeling pressure from the white people to get her out.
Okay, but even if you do that, let's say if you got a 60-40 demographic, white people to black people. Okay, do you cater to those 60 white people and lose those 40 black people? Do you do that?
Every other station does it.
No, I'm saying like if you fire her, I would assume that if they fire her, that a lot of people wouldn't fuck with ESPN anymore. Do you take that type of hit to appease?
You know what? Now that you say that, looking at what's going on with the NFL right now, and with what just happened at the Boston Red Sox game, I can see that being the case. If they were to fire her, I could see a mass protest against the ESPN.
Right. I don't think they're gonna fire her. I think they would.
They don't want them issues.
Yeah, I think they would have done it already. I mean, if you wanted to, she could probably sue them if they did.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like, where do you think as a business you have to draw that line? Because honestly, the difference between Trump when he was talking shit and Jamel is Trump was the owner.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's working for someone. So where do you draw that business?
But
do you give your reporters that freedom of speech, especially on their own personal stuff?
Even outside of that, there was a bunch of stuff that Trump did in his campaign process.
Yeah.
That should have disqualified him from the actual race.
Absolutely.
And that's not even just saying, he said this disrespectful or anything like that. He legitimately did and said things that by the Constitution, by the bylaws of the campaign, should have disqualified him.
Yeah, he basically
Russia.
stated...
Russia. That's treason. That's not treason. I've been asking these questions.
From jump, he basically said he's not going to follow the Constitution. And it's like, let him go ahead and give it a shot.
And you see, he's just throwing his son under the bus. His son went out there to specifically get the information to help his campaign. And he's like, I'm just need you to take this L for me because I'm president. So go ahead and do that for me. I raised you. That's the craziest going to the living room and get the remote moment ever. 4 or 5 years. This is wild. This is completely like, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. If that was the case, I love my father, but I'm like, you want me to do what now?
Right.
Nah, I'm cool.
I mean, I guess when your dad's a president, I mean, it ain't like his son gonna see any jail time.
Oh yeah.
But this was before he became president, no? When
it was during the race. He was trying to get something on Hillary.
Right.
Well, like I said, it's not like I'm going to do any jail time. And if he does, his president's going to be like, "Oh, I pardon him."
You're going to pardon him, yeah.
Pretty much.
I
he
can see
did
that being the case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When it comes down to that invisible line, it's only getting drawn in favor of whoever's running the game. We're going to get backlash from this.
Yeah.
Now it's time to step in. If we're not going to get backlash, we can let it ride. We can let that happen. Just think about it. I don't think I've seen, and obviously there are two different sports companies, but I haven't seen a single Fox Sports 1 statement about what Jason Whitlock did.
You're right.
Not one.
Yeah.
You're
And people found it offensive. People spoke out about it. People were calling for Whitlock to be fired. Everything that's happening to Jamel Hill happened to Jason Whitlock. And I haven't seen Fox Sports 1 speak up about any of that.
Well, that's because it's in pro of the president in a sense.
But then you also look at LeVar Ball and what he did with on the Herd. And I forgot the lady's name that's on that show. You don't know either. But when he told her stay in your place and everything like that, everybody was saying, he's sexist.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
Stuff.
that.
Like everybody was going crazy about it. You're only drawing it when it's affecting the people that you see as important. And Fox Sports 1 lets you know who's important. Unfortunately, ESPN could be letting you know who's important.
This is true. But me personally, I'm starting to think that it's a vendetta against her because Max Kellerman would say some shit too. You know what I mean? And he's white, and to say some shit that kind of benefits us, and they don't say anything to him.
Right.
So you think they're trying to push her out?
I think they're personally trying to push her out.
But then to try and replace her, they're not going to be able to replace her with another black person.
No, I don't think
Nobody's
they will
gonna
because
wanna take that job.
nobody's going to want
Right.
to take the job. But I think they're going to. Is that by them trying to replace her with a black person? That lets me know it's specifically her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It'd be different if she was black and they're trying to replace her with a white person. It was just like, no, we just don't fuck with you.
And that's way too blatant. I think that's why they reached out to all of their black hosts to be like, yo, y'all want to take over the show? Because the second you see Jamel Hill about it there, and then a white guy comes in or a white chick comes in, oh, you're instantly racist. You're instantly racist.
Yeah.
Now let it be a guy. You're instantly racist and you're a sexist.
But I will say I don't think they'll fire her. I don't know what her job was before she actually got behind the camera and had a show. I don't know if she was just a reporter, if she was a columnist. I don't know. But I will say I don't see that show lasting too much longer because of this.
Yeah, they're gonna find a reason.
They'll
to
find
be
a way
like,
to
okay.
pull. Okay, we're not gonna put you in front of the camera now. Go do the shit you was doing before,
Right.
Where you really not seen,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna give you a show. And then in a year or so, we'll bring a show that's very similar to yours, but without you in it.
Eventually, they're probably going to just force her out of ESPN. They just know it's a sensitive situation, so they can't approach it the way they truly want to.
Or they'll start doing that, and that makes her just leave.
Right. Or they're going to
Herself.
make her quit.
Yep.
And they really don't want that because if they force Jamel out the door, she's going to pop back up with a podcast or with some kind of
That's right.
YouTube show. And she's going to expose ESPN
gonna
for
go
anything
in.
that happened behind the scenes.
That's right.
Because that's one thing. Like when you're a part of the corporation and you got at least some kind of behind the scenes knowledge, they don't want to let those kind of people go. Because Jamel's been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
So she's seen a lot of the inner workings of ESPN. They're not going to want to let her go with a chip on her shoulder. That'd be
Absolutely.
the worst thing they can do.
I agree with you on that one. I agree wholeheartedly with you on that one.
Which is why I think what's that bitch's name? Bill O'Reilly. Well, I think that's why he hasn't spoke against Fox whatsoever. You know, because he knew why he got fired. He
Yeah.
knew people on both sides were pushing for him to be fired. ESPN, they let go of Jamel Hill. She's gonna let some shit be known.
True. This is very true. Because I think about that after I left my old job. I'm nowhere near as on the status that she is, but I can expose some shit.
Exactly. You definitely put something out there. And that's one of the biggest issues when it comes down to these kind of corporations handling these race related issues. Because it's the same way they jumped up to say, oh, her views doesn't reflect ESPN and yada yada yada. They're not coming to bat for her for all the racist taunting she's been dealing with.
Yeah,
from social
she gets
media,
death threats
that she's been dealing with. It's all this negative feedback that's not going to ESPN. It's going to her.
Yeah.
The only negativity ESPN is getting is fire her,
Right.
fire her. Matter of fact, I was actually looking at the article when and shout out to Dwayne and Ebony because they were killing it the other day with the articles.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I saw the article that we had posted. Somebody commented under it, "Fire the racist."
Fire the racist.
I will never understand the logic. Calling someone a white supremacist makes you racist, but calling someone a nigger, like my man's that just went off on Waka Flocka Flame. I don't know if did y'all hear that audio?
No.
Nah.
It was it's some AM radio station. Waka made a comment about the president, and my man got on the actual radio station. This is FCC.
Called into the radio station.
No. This is his show.
Oh, okay.
That makes it even worse. On an FCC regulated radio station, and said, if it was up to me, this nigger would never work. And yes, I am saying the word nigger. They call us crackers and honkies, so I'm going to say the word nigger.
Oh, wow.
On his radio show, bruh.
Wow. So that was heard by God knows how many people.
It's terrestrial radio. Thousands of people heard it.
Jesus.
Because he made a comment about the president. He made a comment. Truth. I mean, what people are saying about the president is truth, whether it be
Right.
good or bad.
No matter what they're saying, exactly.
At the end of the day, I can sit here and say, I believe he's a white supremacist, but he also does what the fuck he says he's going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So no matter what side you're on, whatever is said about the president, that's your own shit.
That's your personal opinion.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. No matter what people got to say, it's freedom of speech. Like everybody going hard on them bringing that banner to the Red Sox game, and I think it said racism is as old as baseball.
Yeah, or it says no. It says racism is as American.
Oh,
as
it's as
baseball.
American as baseball.
Yeah.
Right. And notice they're getting backlash. But if they were black,
They got ejected out of that game. They got ejected out of that game. I don't think they got banned or anything, but they got ejected. They're getting the backlash. It was a true statement. These people was like, no, racism been here. Y'all
Exactly.
this is here just as much as baseball is, and it's been here just as much as baseball is.
it's been here longer than baseball.
And
It's the
what's-
only reason black people here.
Right, and what's crazy is they did it at baseball in a league where they made blacks have their own league.
And they even said the Red Sox, that was the last team to become an integrated team.
I thought it was genius, personally.
I'm glad it was white people.
Me too. And I'm glad. I think
Just
I
being
talked about this on the
completely
show. I'm glad we're starting to see more white people say, "All right, look."
Because it's bringing attention.
Yeah.
Now it's forcing other people to listen. Because, black people, we've been talking about this for decades. And they're like, get over it, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now that it's white people doing it, they're like, okay, there may be some racism in this world, but they're just as bad. You know what I'm saying? There's bad people on both sides.
There's
So
bad
let me
people on both
say
sides.
that.
Did you see yesterday? I saw that they removed the Robert E. Lee statue.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
I seen a little snippet, a little video, whatever. What I was impressed with was some white people clapping.
There were a lot of white
I
people
was
clapping.
like, oh, all right then, whitey.
But it's so crazy with stuff like that because, and as everyone has said, stuff like that belongs in a museum where it is completely up to you if you want to go view these monuments. And I
Right,
say that
right.
with heavy quotes.
All right.
But for the people that are fighting for the Confederate flag, for people that are fighting for Confederate leaders, stuff like that, they tend to forget what the Confederate Army were fighting for.
Exactly.
So it's like their whole mission was rooted in racism.
Yeah.
So, like, how are these your heroes?
Even if
you're
you
not
want to take it
racist?
a step deeper, you say that if you support the Confederate flag because you say you support your country, this is patriotism.
Right.
Those people succeeded from the U.S. That makes them fucking traitors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When
So-
they lost, they bounced.
Right. So you're saying that you support them being traitors at one point. So you're not patriotic.
At all.
Yeah.
Man, we
Good
saw
point.
that. We saw that with the Mayweather fight. No, we gonna get to that nigga too. But we saw that with the Mayweather fight. Like, it was an American versus an Irishman.
Yeah.
This is a very selective country. This is a super
yeah.
selective country.
It's very selective. Like you said before, some white people are cool with black people until it interferes or whatever they're doing. We buddy, but if you get this job before I get this job and we interview together, I have an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
They're
that's
gonna do whatever it takes to make sure you know
Exactly.
who's getting this job, right?
exactly. You know what I mean? And scary times, as Lewis would say, scary times.
One thing that I would love to see out of Jemele Hill is I would love to see her leave ESPN just because she's been shown that they don't support her.
Right, and this isn't the first time.
Right, at all. No.
This is just the most broadcasted situation.
It was highlighted.
Yeah.
This happened at the wrong time.
Right,
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
In American
basically.
history.
Right.
So she definitely should bounce. Where she should go, that's up in the air. She probably could start her own network
I
if
was
she
going to say,
wanted
do
to.
her own thing.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, eventually I see other networks starting to start up. And all it takes is for one team or one anybody to be like, okay, we rocking with you. We're going to broadcast our games with you. I mean, we may still broadcast with ESPN because we wanted to get seen, but we'll broadcast some with you too. You know what I mean? And eventually other outlets are starting to come out. I wouldn't be surprised if in a year and a half, we got a Bleacher Report TV.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You know what I mean?
Them, they can link up with Kicker and there's one other random Sportster, I think it's called.
Yeah.
They can link up with all of them.
You know what I mean? And make their own network and have their own.
What is it? Even though I don't really fuck with their material, but the Blaze, they're a paid subscription channel.
Yeah.
And they're flourishing. They're doing just fine.
Yeah, and I think you're going to get a lot of more companies and more people like that. You know what I mean? Everybody, I can't say we are in a time where people want to voice their opinion, whether good or bad.
Right.
They want to be heard. And they're going to find, especially with social media, they're going to find those ways to do it. Even if they start a YouTube channel.
Right.
They're going to find
That's
their
the
ways
easiest
to do
thing
it.
to do.
Yeah. So I think that eventually, maybe like you said, maybe she should go start her own shit.
Yeah.
You see the possibility is there, especially when you have that network, you have that following, and you got the chips. Make this shit happen.
Yeah. And especially if you're starting out with something like sports betting, that immediately grabs people's attention.
Real quick. Because now you're talking about putting money in my pocket.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm going to look at you for that. And then if you're talking about a different story, I'm going to listen to you that too. Because
Right.
I'm already here.
Right.
So yeah, that's a great idea.
Jamel, if you're listening, baby, go ahead and just go on somewhere. Or come over to Beat. We'll get you a show.
Absolutely.
We need some sports thing. I tweeted her when it happened. I was like, everybody that's hating on you are attracted to their cousins. Keep talking that talk. Every last one of them done fuck their sister.
Oh my God.
That's real. I'm sorry. I don't know. Have y'all been seeing this video that's been circulating on Facebook? This Uber driver. He was picking up like 4 or 5 white kids or whatever. Everybody's getting in. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? The last nigga gonna get in, white privilege, and jump up front. Then says it one more time. And the black dude is like, he's keeping his cool. He's being composed and everything like that. Then, white boy starts trying to change his radio station. Black dude said, can you stop touching that? He was like, white privilege. Said it again. He's like, just stop touching my stuff. And then black dude looked, he's like, you good? Like, you cool? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. Are you cool? Like, just starting an issue in my car. Just starting the issue. Black dude pulls over, kicks them all out the car. And the dude's like, are you serious? Oh, you're such a fucking nigger.
I didn't see this. Where was this?
Nah,
It was on Facebook.
I haven't seen this.
I'll pull it up afterwards. I got a lot of things to pull up after this show. But, yeah. Hopped out the car and was going, my man, whole time just going off. You nigger. Just going
These
off.
are teenagers?
Nah, they look like college students.
What city was this in?
It didn't say the city.
Oh, dang.
But the black dude kept his cool the entire time. He was he was telling them like, dude, nah, I can whoop your ass right now, but this ain't the case.
Right.
And he was telling the chick that was with him, he was like, I understand you don't share his ideas, but hanging around people like that are going to get you in situations like this.
Absolutely.
And the dude kept talking. So the black dude pulled up. He was like, let me catch you in the street. It's going to be a different conversation. I'm like, there's the nigga I was
There
looking
it is,
for.
right.
But usually it's always a different conversation when you catch them by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
It always is. Like, it's been times growing up, you get into it with somebody and they got, their crew or whatever the case is. You're being smart about it. You know you can kick his ass, but you're not finna get your ass kicked.
Right.
Catch him by himself. Nah, bro, it wasn't even like that. Look, I was drunk or whatever the case may be. It's always an excuse. And that white boy better hope he don't see him.
I was going to say that.
What sucks about that kind of situation is how prepared he was hopping in the car screaming white privilege. Pretty sure when he saw that picture of the driver, he was like, oh, I'm finna fuck with him. Straight up. I'm gonna mess with him.
Probably so.
Yeah, you're right.
It very well could have been.
Yeah.
It very well could have been.
I think I was having this conversation with Nitty, and he was saying, like the friends are just as wrong, because and I agree. If you're silent during something like this, you're just agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't see a problem with it and you're watching it go down and you have the stroke to make it chill out, that's literally just as bad as saying, yeah, you are a nigger, actually.
Yeah.
He's speaking
It
truth.
really is. And that's on both sides as well. If me and you out and I see you doing something and I don't say nothing, I'm just as guilty as you are.
Right.
It happens a lot, actually. You see it happen with a lot of white people.
Yeah.
We
didn't mean for this to be this kind of episode.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Y'all did some shit this week, so
It just turned that way.
This is
Yeah.
what it became,
We'll let it flow.
It's real conversation.
That's
Plus,
right.
Lex Love is back.
I will say, y'all, I'm so ashamed that I feel this way, but I like that new Taylor Swift song.
Get out.
I will say that.
Leave
But
This is the one that looks like the Formation video?
I didn't watch the video. I was talking about the song. I don't give a fuck about the video.
I haven't
heard the
seen
little-
the video or
I-
heard the song.
I heard the little
It
snip-
like that killing the old Taylor.
Yeah, I heard a little snippet of the hook, and I was like, the music. I wasn't listening to the lyrics at the time. I was like, the music is actually cool. I still haven't really listened to the lyrics.
Isn't that a diss record to Ye?
I don't know. Supposedly,
Yeah,
it's supposed to have a
it's
lot of them.
supposed
Supposed
to
to be a diss record to Ye.
When did we start getting
to
pop diss
whoever.
records?
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Bro, can you imagine if Backstreet Boys was giving bars to Insane?
Oh my God. I'm here for it. I want it. I want that now.
Pop music would have been lit.
It really would have been.
Yeah.
Britney Spears dissing Jessica Simpson.
And Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
She'd
yeah.
have been chopping at everybody.
Yeah.
But no, I actually like that song. I like Bodak Yellow too. I didn't think I would.
It grew on me.
It
grew
did.
on me, too.
It did. The first time I heard it, I was
Yeah.
like, it's not bad, but it ain't good. Then I heard it more and more. I was like, yo, this shit is kind of hard.
Right.
The thing is that I heard other music from her, and I think that's what made me appreciate Bodak Yellow more. She has this other one where she's super blooded in the video, like nothing but red racks, and she's like giving bars, and I'm like, wait a
Really?
minute, Cardi got the spits like that?
No, I don't care to listen to anything else, but this particular song, when it comes to the radio, I don't skip it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't bad. She has a little moment where she going in.
So Cardi B and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This says a lot about your household. Too.
Yeah. But can't whip me. Listen, I got a preteen, man.
And she likes Taylor Swift? Just you?
I think it might be just me.
Just you? Got you.
It might be just me.
Okay. No judgments.
No, I
That's
don't
fine.
like. I just like that song.
No, you like Taylor Swift.
No, I just like that song.
You like Taylor Swift.
That
That's
song.
cool. Lex, you think you like Taylor Swift?
Yes.
I think you like Taylor Swift too.
Yeah.
That's 2 against 1.
Fuck it. Shit.
So that means you was against Kanye running. All right, I'm done. Last thing, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. This honestly could be a quick conversation. What locker rooms are these niggas in? I have never had a conversation like, oh yeah, man, I walked up to old girl, grabbed her all up in the box. You feel me? No, that's rape. You can't do that.
I don't know. Is this a rich nigga's locker room?
It has to be.
Is this, you know how like in the movie you see all these fat dudes in the sauna with towels on? Is
Yeah.
this that kind of locker room?
Everybody in the sauna.
It gotta be because
One of them was Russian.
in high school in the locker room, we wasn't talking about that. You know what I mean? Whether it be PE or whatever,
Right.
if it was basketball or football, we was talking about the upcoming game.
If it was actual sporting event, you're talking about the game.
And
it's
if it was
PE
PE,
or something,
we was talking about Dave Chappelle.
Right,
We
well,
was
whatever
talking
was
about
going on at the
random
time.
shit.
I wondered that.
the
Like
only
how the locker room talks.
It was never nothing like that. I don't even think many times, like maybe if your boy liked the chick, y'all talked about it, but you didn't. No,
if it was like a new girl at the school, or even fast forward to college, if it was any kind of conversation about a female like that, it's gonna be the obvious. She was bad. She had a fat ass. She had big titties. Like it's
Exactly.
the same thing y'all talk about. When
That's
y'all see,
it.
When y'all see gray sweatpants, it's
That's
the same
it.
thing. So it's like when he's saying when Mayweather when he started talking off, he's like, yeah, she got a fat ass. Yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, that's a little more locker room.
Right.
But then he's like, so then when the host brought up, and this was with an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, I forgot what the name of their show is, but and he said that part. I'm like, okay, that sounds a little more like what men be talking about.
Right.
And then when he said, he's talking about him specifically talking about grabbing girls in their pussy, and he was like, yeah, I walked up grabbing the pussy, she let me, I hit afterwards. I'm like, no,
right? That does not happen.
I've never had that conversation.
Yeah. But again, that is this rich nigga problems?
It has to be. I don't see how this could be anything else. Let me ask the lady of the room.
Yes.
Hearing stuff like that, is there an equivalent of what women be? Not necessarily. We know.
Wait,
y'all
before we even get there, before we even get there, before we even get there, before we
Okay.
even get there. If Floyd walks up and he grabs your box, are you letting him?
No. Never.
Okay,
I
we're
don't
not
care
gonna
who
say
it
Floyd.
is.
Okay,
Trump
never mind. She
walks
said
up
who
and
it is.
I don't care who it is.
If it's that what's that cat? The new cat that they like, that Kofi.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't
It's
that
some Kofi dude that all the females is ogling over right now. If he does it,
I don't even know who that is.
well, shit.
Well, and it's funny because I actually asked that, I was like rephrasing my question. So I look at it, and there's a lot of grabbing by the pussy references by these rich niggas, apparently.
I see.
But there are a shit ton of females who would just walk up and just grab a dude dick.
That's true.
So like,
Where is this at? Did I miss this part?
He's trying to walk by those.
did you miss a dick grab?
Somebody owe me some dick
There
grabs.
wasn't there a viral video of some woman who was just walking up
Yes.
to men and grabbing their
Yes,
shit?
I forgot all about that.
She did it because of that reason. She was trying to prove a point.
And no one looked at it that way.
No.
It's
The
another.
guys loved it. The guys loved it.
Yeah.
Would you guys love it?
Yeah,
We're not talking about us right now, though. We're talking about
Right.
grabbing by the pussy and misogyny.
and if these conversations happen in y'all locker rooms,
Yeah, does this kind of conversation happen in y'all locker rooms?
Kind of, sort of.
Wow.
Yeah.
so in y'all locker
I
rooms, you be
honestly
like,
feel like we speak more about it than you guys do. Just hearing you
Y'all
right
look
now.
at us as pieces of meat.
A little bit.
so give us.
Because women like details.
Okay, so give us a typical locker room conversation.
A typical locker room conversation. Okay, are you speaking like right now what I would be saying to my friends, or
Lex Love got hands, so don't try it just because she's spilling the juice.
Either or,
She
like
mother
either
too,
or,
she tough as
something,
fuck.
Back then
something to talk about back then, or something you would say now, or you can do both. What would you talk about back then in the locker room, and then now that you're older, what would be the conversation?
back
now?
then? I think it's what you were saying. We would talk about how I like this guy,
Mm-hmm.
or oh, did you see the new dude come to school, or whatever. It was like that. It was a little more tamed. I think as you get older, we like to
got
go
real.
in. Yeah,
Got real.
It gets real. Yeah. Wow. But you got to be careful with that because women are sneaky. So if you're just talking to some random female about your dude and what he does and it's so great, she might want him.
You giving him a teaser trailer. That's all
right.
it is.
Oh, I'm trying to find out what that's like.
I'd have been in all
She
kind
might
of
be trying to
households.
snake in.
All in the
So
family.
I personally don't like to talk too much about it, but that's what they go in.
Nah,
Details.
Pieces of meat.
Pieces of meat. Just
Sorry,
for the
guys.
meat. Blame it on the wang. No, but I've had this conversation with people before. Like, there's definitely and I don't really want to call it a double standard just because of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But it is socially acceptable for a woman to have that kind of feeling towards a dude rather than vice versa. Like, I remember somebody was saying something online not too long ago, tearing niggas down. I'm talking about just destroying them. Still had like thousands of shares, hundreds of likes, hella comments under the whole nine. Let a nigga had did that in reverse about a woman. He's sexist, doesn't respect women.
This is true.
The whole, it's in the whole nine. So it's like with situations like that, it comes down to social acceptance.
Yeah.
So and again, it comes down to the person as well. We're not offended if somebody just walks up and just grabs somebody's dick. You know what I'm saying?
They owe me some.
Like, I'm missing some dick right now. I'm low on the chart right now.
Right. I'm bottom of the totem pole of dick grabs.
You're 64.
God damn it.
That's it.
You're the mellow of the
Shit.
dick
I'm the
grabbing
mellow
gang.
of the dick grab.
Hey, bro, it's time to go to Cleveland. You might as well do it. But Floyd, you just got done getting negative press for this damn McGregor fight just for being too cocky, being Floyd Mayweather,
Right.
on jump. And it's very hard to defend this nigga, especially coming off of the domestic shit that he had going on.
Right.
I was like, I may not fuck with him as a person, but as a boxer, he's a great fucking champion. You
Right,
gotta,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Know
have
how
to
to
separate
separate the two.
Yeah.
But with this, I'm like, dude,
You're making it hard.
you're
Making
making
it
it
very
impossible
hard.
now.
Yeah.
It's impossible because now you look like you truly don't give a fuck about women whatsoever.
Right.
And then you're putting this stigma on all men that this is our locker room conversation. I'm a frat boy. We talk reckless as shit, and we've never had this kind of conversation before.
Right. But what I'm noticing the trend is it happens where men, wealthy men, treat women as objects. It happens when they get wealth extremely early. Donald Trump's never been broke.
Never.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That small $1 million loan from his father.
Right. Now, granted, I believe Floyd had tough upbringings, but when he got to a certain point in his late teens, that changed.
He had tough upbringing, but he's never been hurting. You got to remember, Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He's never been hurting like that. So I'm noticing a trend with people that have a lot of wealth extremely early. And that may be just the lifestyle that wealth is bringing at such an early age. You don't get a chance to develop like we would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you also have some women who are there with him and allow certain things to happen.
I'm so glad you said it first. It just has to come from a vagina first. It has to. Because if I said it, it'd be like, oh, boycott. But I totally agree. I look at the Baller Alert websites. I look at the tips that people get. The video of Floyd getting a massage with like 30 females just twerking.
All twerking around.
Everyone just agreed to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just going to twerk at
And
Floyd's
they
house while he getting a
absolutely
massage.
did.
While he's getting a massage, we get nothing from it. But we're
So now
here.
that you know there's women that do that, why can't they come do that all the time? You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
On a daily.
Yeah.
Get the pussy grabbed, apparently.
Right. And they like it. I'm sure they do.
So is that how he tells them to come up to the room? He just walks up to them and grabs them, and then they just know.
Then they just go.
This just means go
Let's
to the
go.
room.
And they just go.
Yeah. Because for every chick that will say, no, that shit's stupid, I would never, there's another chick that's like, hell yeah, I'm down.
There are a lot of females that brag on the amount of celebrity status dick they done took.
Oh, yeah.
Ironically, you say that it was this picture. It was probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I seen where this chick who was not remotely attractive was topless in the mirror. Took a picture and Lil Boosie was like right next to her, like they had
so I
just got
remember that
done.
picture, yeah.
It's like she was so excited that she smashed Boosie that she felt like she had to take this picture and put it on social media.
It was just like the chick that took the picture next to Wayne Sleep. I don't know how he sleep in his glasses. I'm gonna say that first of all. That's a difficult task. I realized with my glasses once, rolled over and instantly was irritated.
Yeah. Me too.
Just come about the glasses, but
Right.
yeah, like it's a crazy slope. I think that's probably why we're not used to it because we're not rich. Even when we get rich, I don't see
No, I don't see
this
that.
still
Wanting.
being the conversation.
And,
Yeah.
and if we get rich and I'm walking around grabbing them by the box, you need to help me. Help me.
That's where you just string a nigga up. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, help
What you doing?
me.
That's a case, bro. Relax.
That part I don't understand.
I don't think I ever will. Just being completely honest.
And then to be talking about it so brash, like it's what everybody is doing.
Right. It's the thing to do.
Right.
Was this just audio or was this? What was this video?
This was video. This was a full interview that Mayweather did.
Oh, it was an actual interview.
He said that Trump was talking like a real man.
What real man is talking like that?
Rich niggas, apparently.
So if you're not rich, you're not a real man?
Apparently.
God damn.
If you ain't got your bread right, you ain't a real man.
Wow.
Huh.
But it's just looking at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make enough sense.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And then, like you said, it looks bad on men, looks bad on black men.
Especially,
You know what I mean? And we already up Shit's Creek.
When Trump said it to look bad on black men, we're always wrong, Kev. It doesn't matter. This just looks worse because it finally came from a black man's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. A black man that people already dislike.
But that's what I always say. I'm like, cats like Floyd Mayweather, Lil Bootsy, any of these cats that done said some wild shit, they don't speak for me. They don't speak for you. They don't speak for you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? They don't. They speak for themselves. Mm-hmm. But Floyd really didn't help his situation by because you're backing Trump, and if you're gonna back Trump on this, what else are you gonna back Trump on? And then it makes you look at he hasn't necessarily spoke against Trump this entire time.
That's true.
This is true.
He's never had anything negative to say about him. Even Steve Harvey has said something in recent weeks.
This is true.
You know, dealing with Trump, and he was looking like one of the main supporters.
That was true. Yeah.
So, Floyd, you may have just fucked up your popularity. His
I'm
money's
telling
good.
you, bro. I can't say the Caribbean now because they all fucked up.
Oh yeah,
but we should move to like Canada or something, dog.
I'm down.
Let's go.
Like I said, we should move to Canada, or at least if we're gonna stay in the States, Hawaii. They so far off, people forget that they even part of our shit.
Yeah, but they got a volcano that's just waiting to jump stupid.
Oh my god. Yeah, the way
You got a
everything's been
point.
happening.
You got
Every
That
night.
volcano has been on I Wish a Nigga Would for years. I'm cool.
Well, it's gonna have to be Canada.
It's gonna be Canada.
Has to be. Yo, I saw this, I think it was Fahrenheit 9/11. And they said around the time that 9/11 happened and they were talking about the terrorist attacks, their breaking news was a new speed bump on the street that normally had active speeders on it.
In Canada?
That was breaking news. I'm like, nigga, this is breaking?
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Right.
Michael Moore was walking around different Canadian neighborhoods and just opening people's doors because they didn't lock their doors.
Wow.
He was like, I'm just conducting an experiment. That's all. Couldn't do that in America. You get shot.
Yeah, you
Even
don't
my
get
door's
shot.
locked. You
So
get
you
shot.
come up to the lawn. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. When
The
someone parks in
nigga
front of
senses
your
start
car, you're
tingling.
like, well, who the fuck is this?
Right.
It is like an instant issue. You're like, whoa. Who car is this? It's your car? Instant issue.
And if you catch the right black person, let's say y'all in a situation together, y'all get to vibing. Like yesterday, I was doing laundry, and I'm in the little laundry facility, and this dude comes in, and he's walking up and down. He had no clothes when he walked in, right?
Okay.
He had clothes on, but I'm saying he had no clothes.
I know what you mean. Obviously.
And he's walking up and down, and he's kind of talking to himself and laughing, and I'm like, now mind you, just me and my daughter in there, so I'm looking like, bruh, I don't want to have to max you out because it's
Right.
not. It'd be different if it was just me,
Yeah,
but with her, you're not gonna make it.
Right.
And this other black dude, it was there, and he's walking around, got the cigarette in his ear, so on and so forth, and he looks at me and I look at him, and we had this instance like, yo, if he do something, and the dude ended up leaving. And he was like, bro, I was waiting for him to touch something. As soon as he touched something, I was laying him
It was
out.
just like what Dave Chappelle said.
It was like
just thumbs up, just in case.
right, and that's exactly how it was.
On the
He looked,
airplane, yeah.
soon as dude left, I so happened to look at him. He looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, we good, we good,
We know.
yeah,
We know what's happening.
Shit was about to get rough."
Man, I guess we could wrap up here, yeah, for real. Unless somebody else got something to talk about. Anybody something on their head they want to get off?
No,
No.
I think I said what I had to say.
Oh well. Lex, we appreciate you joining in. Welcome,
guys.
welcome back to the fold.
Yay.
Lex Love
Yeah.
in the building. So, for the first time in a while, let the people know where they can find you.
Of course, Facebook, like our page, share our page, like Water for Chocolate. Beat Network online, of course. Instagram with love, LUV _Lex. And Beat, what is it? Lex Love Beat on Twitter. There we go.
Okay. And when can the people look forward to the return of Like Water for
Friday.
Chocolate? This Friday? Yep.
Yay. So every Friday, we will be here.
Kev?
Same as usual, _Hollywood Kev on Twitter and Instagram. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
At Big Los UTC. You can find me on Facebook as well. Big Los on Snapchat. Go ahead, check out the website, beatnetworkonline.com. Get you some merch. beatnetworkonline.com/merch. Just, take you directly there. Follow the Instagram page at Beat Network, Twitter at Beat_Network. Somebody already has Beat Network, and it's like a weird page. I'm trying to hit dude up look, you ain't been on here in 6 years, ain't nothing posted. Just let me get that.
Yeah, you're
Just run me that.
Why are you paying for this?
What else is there? I think that's all the social medias. Yeah, and other than that, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/BeatNetwork1. Stay tuned to what we got coming up because we got a lot of things happening. We're happy to have Like Water for Chocolate back. Shout out to the Chocolatiers. Hashtag
We're going to make that
Chocolatiers.
poll, okay?
So as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. As always, we appreciate Lex Love coming back.
Thanks, guys.
And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.